Welcome back to beautiful Belgium for what has been a marvellous weekend of racing for the series debut here at the home of the Belgian Grand Prix. Good afternoon, everybody. Yes, welcome to Spa-Francorchamps, race 3, round 3 of the Italian F4 Championship at this legendary circuit here this afternoon. Well, the good news is the track is baked in beautiful sunshine despite a few drops of rain, which, of course, threatened earlier this afternoon. We are at Spa after all, but we are expecting to race on a dry track in just a moment. This is the grid, and look at the first 5 on the grid. They all come from the Prema Power team. Camera on pole position alongside the race 1 and race 2 winner Kimi Antonelli, Wharton, Conrad Larson, Charlie Wirtz, and the Nikita Bedrin for PHM Racing, who was on the podium this morning. Marcus Aman, Nikhil Porter for US Racing, Taylor Barnard and Alex Dunn out of 10. Martinia Stenson and Kasper Stuka out of 12 also for the German team. Emo is out of 13 alongside Meyer, then Brando Badoer, the Roman, Valerio Rinicella, RS Turkmedjian, Il Siciliano, Alfio Spinner, who's had a disastrous weekend so far, Ivan Dominguez, Frederick Lund, Ethan Isha, the African driver Pedro Perino, Jonas Reed, Valentin Klus, the 2 Germans out of 23 and 24, Alexander Partishev, Biram Bakhti, Jules Castro, the Belgian here in Belgium, Victoria Blockina, Ricardo Escotto, William Carlson, the Swede is out of 30, Kim Wareng, the Filipino-born Korean driver Giorgio Marco Janis, Jane Rishrab, Elias Perandio, Nicolas Montero, and car 36 out of grid 36 for AKN Motorsport. It's the Uzbek, Ismail Ahmed. Andrea Kimi Antonelli took victory yesterday, 24 hours ago in race 1. Race 2 this morning, he also took the win as well. Has put himself into second in the series, which is still being led by the Brazilian, Rafa Camara, who starts on pole position in car 88. You can see it has been a dominant performance in qualifying by the team from Vicenza, the Prema Power team. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the grid. An outstanding performance in qualifying yesterday. They were 1, 2, 3, 4 on the grid for race 2 this morning. But Alex Dunn for US Racing, the former championship leader, came storming through to finish in P2, right on the tail of Antonelli. And Nikita Bedrin for PHM Racing. He also broke the Prema Power Team stranglehold, finishing in P3 for the second time in 2022. The red and white cars definitely the ones to beat here this afternoon. There's Charlie Wirtz, car 7. Nikita, 15 for PHM Racing. 52, Marcus Amand. Nikhil Porter had a good run, did the American earlier this morning. Nikhil in 44. As you look at Conrad Larson, he finished in the gravel before the end of the first lap and will be looking to make up for that mistake earlier this morning. He starts on the outside of the second row of the grid. In the 9-year history of the Italian F4 Championship, presented by WSK Promotion, we have raced at Grand Prix circuits around Europe, outside of the home nation, including Paul Ricard in the south of France, the Hungaroring, and of course the fabulous Red Bull Ring in Austria, where we will also race round 5 in September. But it's the first time at this legendary circuit, which has a history dating back to 1920. Rafa Camara to the left of your screen in 88 on pole position. There is Sperandio for Matthew Racing, Nicolas Montero and Ismail Ahmed. Race 3, round 3, the Italian F4 Championship here at Spa-Francorchamps. The green flag at the back of the grid, the 5 red lights. And we race, except for Kamada, who stalls. The Brazilian goes nowhere. Let's pray that the rest of the field avoid him. And they do so. A disaster for the pole sitter. The championship leader goes nowhere. He's at the back of the pack in third last position. A disaster for Rafa. From pole position, he's in position 34 as the field raced down the hill into Eau Rouge for the very first time. Rafa Kamada stalls off the line. There he is. He's already made up 1 or 2 positions, but that's only put him in 30th place. Antonelli's got the race lead. There's James Wharton in second place as Bedran ranges up on the outside of the Australian. There's Lawson in car 20 down the inside. Bedran wheel to wheel with James Wharton, and they touch. Wharton's off into the gravel, into the wall, and the Australian is out. Wharton is out. His teammate from pole position stalled. And the 5-car Prema attack is down to 3 before the end of the first lap. Antonelli leads the way up into second. He's his teammate Conrad Larson will look for Charlie Burns as well as the rest of the field go down the hill for the first time. There is Nikita Bedran in position 3, so the Prema Power team 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the grid. They're now running in first, second and fifth. The safety car has been deployed onto the circuit for James Wharton, who's parked in the gravel, in the wall in fact, and the Australian's afternoon is over. We'll try and get a replay of exactly what happened to Kamada off the start. Obviously he stalled. We'll try and see if there was any movement from car 88 at all. He has got going. As you look at a very disappointed Kangaroo walk back behind the fence, James Wharton, 4th in the championship coming into this, the 9th race of 2022, gets 0 here this afternoon. He's 79 points, 4th in the series. This is in fact the start. A slight movement from Kamada, but goes nowhere. And the boy from Brazil, wow, a disastrous start. Does finally get it going. A simple stall. Car 88 launched initially. And the rest of the field doing very well to avoid him. His teammate in the wall and out. Rafa Kamada, the championship leader, position 26. This is James Wharton going wheel to wheel with Nikita Bedran, who does continue on. The PHM driver is in third place. Wharton is out. So a sensation here this afternoon. 1st and 4th in the championship. A disastrous start for car 88, Rafa Kamada. And James Wharton, who was 4th in the championship on 79 points, already on his way back to pit lane. So the order is Antonelli, Conrad up into 2nd place. Great start by the Dane. There's Nikita Bedran, Charlie Wirtz, Marcus Amand, Nikhil Borda 6, his US racing teammate. Alex Dunn 7, then Taylor Barnard, Kasper Stuka, and Maya Work. She's already made a great start from grid 14. She's up into 10th place. Iron Dame just ahead of Martinia Stensorne and Ivan Dominguez. Bidon Bakhti goes through. The tie on debut in the Italian series in position 21 behind Alexander Partishev. So Antonelli looking to go 3 from 3, but there's still a long way to go as the field goes straight ahead to avoid the mess on the circuit created by that incident on the first lap between Bedran and Wharton. Disappointing, Ed, for James Wharton. Will bounce back in 2 weeks' time at the Eternal City of Rome. That's Vallelunga. Round 4 on the 3rd of July. And we'll see if they can get the number 13 Prema car removed before the end of this lap. But for the moment, we are under safety car conditions. Race 3, round 3, the Italian F4 Championship. And a sensation if you're just joining us. Rafa Kamada, the championship leader, the pole sitter. He took pole position, courtesy of his 2nd fastest lap yesterday in qualifying, but stalled off the line. And he's down in position 26. His teammate coming together with Bedran just a few moments ago. The PHM racing driver continues on. Wharton is out. And Antonelli, who had a disastrous opening round of the season at Imola, his home circuit. He's going for 3 out of 3. There's Emo Fittipaldi Jr. going through. The Van Amersfoort racing team, they're sort of, well, let's be honest, they're struggling in comparison to 2021 when they dominated with the English driver Ollie Beerman. Emo Fittipaldi in 17. There's Martinius in 34. Ivan Dominguez, a great run inside the top 10 this morning. He's in P12 behind Martinius as the safety car prepares to come in at the end of this lap. Martinius for Van Amersfoort Racing in 11. Brando Badoer, car 33, P13. And Emo Fittipaldi just ahead of his American teammate Arias Dergmedjian in position 15. His father Emerson here at the circuit, 2 times winner of the Belgian Grand Prix was Fittipaldi, but never at Spa. In fact, Emerson himself never did race at this circuit. He twice won the Belgian Grand Prix back in 1970 something. That was at the nearby, now defunct, Nivelles circuit. His boy on the edge of the top 10 for the Dutch team that took the title in 2021. But are struggling against the red and white cars, who themselves have their own challenge here this afternoon. Antonelli, Lawson, 1 and 2, but Bedron breathing down their neck. The safety car will come into the end, into pit lane at the end of this lap and will race green once again. Kamada from pole position. Fortunate, very fortunate to be avoided by the rest of the pack. He's down in position 26. The safety car pulls into pit lane. Antonelli accelerates. Larson has missed the start badly. A green flag flies, and once again we race green. Antonelli, Larson, Bedron, possibly too far back to make a move down into La Source. There is Charlie Wirtz, who is being attacked immediately by Marcus Amand. The French Finn and the Austrian go wheel to wheel into turn 1. Antonelli disappears down the road into Eau Rouge in position 1. Lawson in second place, then Bedron, Charlie still holding on P4 from Marcus Amand as they go down through Eau Rouge. Lawson and Antonelli, and ominously Wirtz's car. They look good on the run down the hill. They come out of Radion, up the hill on the Kemmel Straight. We look back in the pack, there is Rafa Kamada, the pole sitter who's outside the top 20. Marcus Amand down the inside of Charlie Wirtz, tries to make the move. And the US Racing Team driver goes through to position 4. Wirtz off the road, loses the place. Right behind is the former championship leader, Alex Dunn. Charlie Wirtz defending for his life. He's got US racing cars ahead of him and behind him. There is no room for Alex into the Brussels corner. And he's lining up the English-Austrian from Monte Carlo in car 7 for the Prema Power team. Alex Dunn with nothing to lose here this afternoon. A superb run for Dunn this morning in position 2. Wants the place, wants the win, wants the championship lead back, does Alex Dunn. In P7, Nikhil Porter as well. Ethan Isham going through in car 27. Ahead of the driver from Maputo in Mozambique, also for the US racing team, it's Pedro Carino. Antonelli with 0.7 of a second over his teammate. I'll tell you, the fastest middle sector has been set by the boy from outside Dublin. Dunn is flying. He goes purple last time in that sector. Trying desperately to find a way past his teammate Marcus Amand, 1 position off the podium. There's Martinius Stensone going through, the Norwegian, just outside the top 10. 1 car into the gravel as they race down the back part of the circuit. Under green conditions once again, Martinius Stensone fighting there with Meyer Werg, Kasper Stuka, Ivan Dominguez. Martinius on the outside of Meyer Werg. She's awake to it though, she closes the door on the Norwegian, but Martinius hangs in there. The Norwegian takes her. Nicely done by Martinius Stensone. And the Van Amersfoort Racing Team driver is now inside the top 10. Meyer Werg with her teammate Ivan Dominguez behind. And the Belgian Dutch girl from Costa Blanca in Spain tries to fight back. There's Dominguez on the outside of the Iron Dame. And the Iron Lynx team driver with Emo Fittipaldi breathing down his neck as Antonelli races down flat through Eau Rouge. Good try from Conrad. This is good to see from the Dane. Position 2, car 20. Into the gravel at the very same corner where his teammate James Wharton came undone a few moments ago, but Lawson at the moment in position 2. There's Bedron behind in third place as Nikhil Border has to defend from the PHM Racing driver, Taylor Barnard. Car 77, a DNF also for the Brit this morning, but he's running nicely inside the top 10. Dominguez off the road, a nervous moment for the Portuguese driver. Emo Fittipaldi tries to capitalise, and he's got his teammate Brando Baloa, so the two second-generation racers right behind the Iron Lynx team driver. As we pass 1/3 race distance, race 3, round 3, the Italian F4 Championship, presented by WSK Promotion for the first time ever in the 9-year series history here at the home of the Belgian Grand Prix. Antonelli with a lead of 1.1 seconds, Lawson, Bedran, Aman, Charlie Wirtz and Alex Dunn as the two teammates go side by side nervously for Fritz van Amersfoort's team. Emo in 17, Brandol 33, Arias Turkmegian in 2, and Martinius in 34. Alfio Spinner, a forgettable weekend so far for the Sicilian, but he's making up for it this afternoon. Suspension failure on the way to the grid yesterday. An incident with Taylor Barnard in race 2 this morning, but Il Siciliano in car 9 for BWR Motorsport is now up into position 15. As we look at the lead from Antonelli back to Lawson. Charlie Wirtz with the US racing drivers sandwiching the Austrian driver, and still the two VAR teammates fight among themselves. No problem for Spinner. He's up the inside and takes the both of them. Emo runs off the circuit. Brando, he's now got the run as they race up into La Source, but they're both losing a ton of time to Ivan Dominguez. Maya Werk going through, and their teammate, Martini Stensone. Arias Turkmegian, good drive from the American as well in that battle in car 2. Head of Valentin Blos, Perino, Camara, incidentally in position 19. As we look at the battle, they race flat down through Eau Rouge. Camara trying to make his way up through the pack. 17 is Emo, 9 is Spinner, 33 Brandol. As Antonelli turns right at the chicane at the top of the Kemmel Straight. And Dunn still stuck behind Charlie Wirtz. Sideways impact on the exit. He'll start to burn the Pirelli tyres as Wirtz runs on the ripple strip. Just behind is Taylor Barnard, the two-time WSK Champions Cup champion, winning that title for Team Rosberg Card Republic 2020 and 21 off memory. Taylor Barnard, 77, position 7. Kasper Stuka and Nikhil Border. So we've got 4 drivers from the US racing team. Here's Kasper going through. Good recovery for the pole. 4 drivers for the German team of Gerhard Unger and Ralf Schumacher inside the top 10. Nikita Bedran, you just saw notification. Wow, drive-through penalty, obviously, for that incident with James Morton on the opening lap. Nikita Bedran in position 3. He was on the podium this morning in that same spot. Has just been handed a drive-through penalty. One of the VAR cars at the top of the hill. It's Arias Turkmegian off the circuit. See if he can bring it back on in time. Rallycross for the American. Keeps his cool, keeps his calm. Brings it back onto the bitumen, loses a ton of time, but he's still in the race. Drops way down the order, does Arias. That's disappointing, as you see Nikita Bedran pull into pit lane, and effectively his race is over. Really disappointing. He's been so quick throughout the week. A podium this morning. He drops way down the field as Alex Dunn now tries to make the move up the inside of Charlie Wirtz. They go wheel to wheel, Prema Power Team versus US Racing. As we see Maya Werg and Ivan Dominguez, the two Iron Lynx teammates, into the bus stop. Dominguez holds it up the inside. The two teammates touch. Oh, wow. They do continue on. They're still in 10th and 11th positions. As Wirtz is now on the outside, Dunn down the inside. They've already both picked up a place, courtesy of the drive-through penalty for Nikita Bedran. They're 2 wide, they're 3 wide. They're about to be 4 wide. Taylor Barnard ranges up on the outside, but still Charlie Wirtz holds the place. Barnard goes straight ahead. Wirtz holds the place. That's not on. Dunn knows it. He's furious with that. That's his teammate, Kasper Stuka, in the background. Barnard behind the 2019 WSK Champions Cup champion, Alex Dunn, winning that title for Forza Racing on a freezing cold day back in February 3 years ago at Adria Karting Raceway. Dunn, the former championship leader, trying to get by Charlie Wirtz, who's in 4th place. He's up into P5. Nikita Bedran has rejoined, but he's way down the field. We'll try and pick up Rafa Kamada as well, because he's fought his way back up superbly to be in position 14. Kamada also with the fastest lap of the race, and has also just recorded the top speed as well, courtesy of the slipstream. He's now behind the battle between the Van Amersfoort Racing teammates on Fittipaldi. Bundle out, 241 k's an hour up the Kemmel Straight. It's a very steep gradient as they come out of Eau Rouge and Radion. But regardless, Rafa with the slipstream, 241 k's an hour. He's the fastest driver on the circuit. Antonelli, though, his teammate, has got 1.7 seconds over his teammate, Conrad Larsen. There's Dunn, there's Barnard. They go wheel to wheel into the bus stop. Barnard sends it up the inside. Dunn gives him room. The US racing drivers sandwiching the Englishman. Antonelli is already starting to break into La Source. Here's Conrad Larsen. Great drive from the Dane. Marcus in position 3. Dunn goes defensive into La Source. It'll cost both him, Barnard, and his teammate Stuka time. And Martinez is starting to drag himself into this battle as well. They race down the hill into Eau Rouge, flats. The circuit actually used to turn left there. Now where the World Rallycross event or World Championship round is held these days, right up to what used to be the German border once upon a time. And they race up the Kemmel Straight once upon a time. They also used to go straight ahead when the track was 15 kilometres long. Antonelli with the lead, and the two teammates gearing up on Barnard, who's now split by both Dunn and Stuka. Wirtz has escaped this battle. This is an intelligent drive from Charlie Wirtz. A step off the podium, but as they fight, he pulls away and may almost catch Marcus Amand. Kamada, meanwhile, can you believe, from stalling and falling back to position 34, he's now fought his way up brilliantly to be a place outside the top 10. Confirmation at the bottom of your screen. He's the fastest driver on the circuit, 222.522. Virtually identical to his teammate, Antonelli, who's controlling the pace out front. But he's got 2.1 seconds over his teammate. Stensuoni goes through. There is Ivan Dominguez, still in the race after coming together with his teammate, Maya Werg. She's in 12th. Ivan is in 10th. Nervous moment for team manager Andrea Piccini, who actually won the famous Spa 24-hour race here just over a decade ago. I'm sorry, Andrea, I can't remember the year. Luckily for him, his two drivers, after making contact into the bus stop, they're still in the race. And Ivan is still in the top 10, although I speak too soon, because look who's come to play. It is, yes, say it, for the first time, it's the boy from Brazil, Rafa Kamada, from 34th. After stalling on the start, he's carving through the field like a hot knife through butter. There's Meyer on the outside of Brando. What a recovery from Rafa Kamada. Car 88 fell back to 3rd last. Fortunate to still be in the race. He now ranges up behind Nick Gilporter in car 44, who goes into La Source, and we've still got 1/3 of the race to go. Dominguez follows him down the hill, the pole sitter, who's now in the points. What a recovery. Like a missile is Rafa, the rookie, the Ferrari Junior in car 88. Bora almost kisses the wall as Kamada's car bottoms out, races up the hill. He's got the slipstream. As good as the DRS here in F4. 241 k's an hour last time round. He's already got the run. Pulls out to his right, to your left, and he's about to move into position 9. Fabulous drive, fabulous recovery for the championship leader. As his teammate goes through, Charlie Wirtz on the back of Marcus Amand, so it's starting to come good once again for the Prema Power team. After what looked like it would be a disaster off the start. James Wharton, remember, is out. Kamada from stalling. Incredibly, I can't believe I'm saying this, he's now up into 9th place. So there's Taylor Barnard going through. He's in position 6. And up and down some races last year in the series. Does not have a big budget, but he's mega talented, is Taylor Barnard. He's currently in car 77, position 6. On the back of the former championship leader, Alex Dunn. A win last weekend for Alex at Bolton Park. He's back next weekend at, I think it's Croft, for what will be 6 race weekends in a row for the Irishman. Leading the British F4 Championship comfortably, we might add. He is still 3rd in the series on 101 points. Kimi's 2nd in the series coming into this, the final race of the afternoon, on 119. And Rafa 132, and he may well pick up some more here this afternoon. As Wirtz now makes it a Prema trifecta. 1, 2, 3. Nice pass around the outside to pick up Marcus Amand, who falls off the podium. And Rafa picks up another one. What a recovery. We'll check the lap time. A 2:22.522 last time round. .877 in the traffic. Kamada from 34th up into position 8. What a recovery from Rafa from Recife. Car 88, the Ferrari Junior, bottoms out. You can see how low the Prema Power Team drivers have got their cars set. The plank, the under tray, the floor, almost catching fire, it would seem, as it smokes. As they exit Eau Rouge, the cars bottom out and they race up the hill. There's Marcus Amand. Alex Dunn behind him, so the 2 US racing teammates. We'll see who's looked after the Pirelli tyres the better. It looks as though Alex has saved something for the end. Taylor Barnard behind PHM Racing. The German team formed out of the remains of the Hookah Motorsport team. Disappointment for their teammate Nikita Vedran. A drive-through penalty, and that's dropped car 15 down to 22nd position. After he was running in 3rd place, we'll never know if he had the speed to challenge Larson and Antonelli up front. Kimi's just been on another planet all weekend. 2 pole positions, 2 race wins, and he leads the final race of the weekend here at Spa-Francorchamps by a handy 3.2 seconds. Dunn tries to line up his teammate Marcus Amand. Uses every piece of the racetrack and then some. Taylor Barnard gets the toe. They go past the Spa kart racing circuit, where so many drivers over the years have started their careers. Still hosting national level events is the Spa karting track, even if it is still a great little circuit. And I do mean little by modern day standards. The 2 teammates dice into the bus stop. There's Taylor Barnard behind. Casper Stuka, and yes, that's 88, that's Rafa Kamada. Antonelli at the bottom right of your screen turns into the right-hander. As 3rd place, Charlie Wirtz across the line, car 7, position 3. Alex Dunn dives out, half an attacker was half a defensive move. Rafa picks up another one. What a drive, what a recovery. From 34th after stalling at the start, Rafa up into 7th place. He will get points out of this. Quickly trying to do some mathematics. Rafa 132 points coming into race 3. Kimi on 119, Dunn on 101. 25 points for a race win. Would see Kimi on, give me a moment. He'd probably take the championship lead. 119 plus. Let's get back to the action. It looks as though Kimi will take the championship lead into the next round of the series at Vallelunga in 2 weeks' time. As the US racing teammates fight amongst themselves. No problem, says Rafa. Up the inside, and he takes Taylor Barnard. Casper Stuka follows him through another one. And a slight error there from Taylor Barnard. He hangs it around the outside, which is about to come the inside. But Casper has gone by. Rafa has taken the both of them. So 144 points for Antonelli if he can hold on for another 5 minutes plus 1 lap. Second place is 18 points. I do doubt that Kamada will get there, but this has been a phenomenal comeback. There'll be virtually nothing in it. We'll update you with the classification towards the end of the race if possible. Let's just say it will be tight going into round 4 of the Italian F4 Championship in 2 weeks' time at the Vallelunga circuit to the north of the eternal city of Rome. Kamada, what a comeback. Good determination, good maturity as well for the young rookie. Not to panic, not to throw it all away. Yes, he was aided by the safety car. Got his head together, concentrated on just passing one after another, which he's done, and he's now well inside the top 10, 2 US racing drivers ahead of him. Kamada about to pick up another one, surely into the bus stop. Dunn's awake to it though. Kamada tries the outside. He's in position 6. It gets a little bit harder from here on in. Dunn, the former championship leader, former race winner as well, frustrated to see one of his main rivals in the championship. As we see Nikita Bedran fighting his way back through. Good recovery from him as well after that drive-through penalty. Antonelli on his way to 3 from 3 with 3:33 plus 1 lap left on the clock now. We wait for the rest of the field to come on through. There's his teammate Conrad Larsen. Good drive from Conrad. Both he and his teammate Andrea Kimi Antonelli fresh from watching as spectators at the biggest race in the world 7 days ago. As the two teammates, Dunn and Aman, side by side, but Kamada of the Brus Series at Imola. And I hate to their forward back. They're now 1, 2, 3, 4 on the grid. Look at the order at the left of your screen. Antonelli, Prema Power Team, Larsen, Hertz, Kamada from 34th. What a drive. He's in position 4. Incredible comeback from Rafa. A second off his teammate. He is carving through the field. Incidentally, Nikita Bedran, 242 k's an hour, faster than anybody as he gets the tow from Ethan Isher and Valentin Plus up the back straight. But the PHM driver is way down in position 20. The dying stages, race 3, round 3, the Italian F4 Championship. And the two US racing teammates fight amongst themselves. Casper in behind Marcus Ahmad. Alex Dunn just ahead. Good drive also from Martinius, now up into position 9 for the Van Amersfoort racing team, who have twice won this championship. 2019 with the Norwegian Dennis Hauger. And of course, just 6 or 8 months ago with the Englishman Ollie Beerman. Martinius Tensornet flying the flag for the Dutch team. Virtually a home race for them. Sort of. We're not too far from Amsterdam here, south of Brussels, in the French-speaking part of Belgium, but it's the Italian team in the Italian Championship, which boasted 36 cars on the grid. There's Alex Dunn going up the back straight, trying to get the tow from the two Prema Power teammates. What a comeback from stalling from pole position. Gets the tow from his teammate Charlie Wirtz from 34th. At the end of the first lap, the boy from Brazil, Rafa, is up onto the podium. What a fight back from Rafa Kamada. A stunning drive, incredible maturity displayed. Yes, he's got the speed, but he was intelligent. He was cool enough not to panic. And from 34th, he's up into position 3. Wirtz sees his chance of a podium disappear. We expect it to be the last lap next time round. Wirtz back to P4. Kamada, an incredible drive from 34th up into 3rd. Antonelli, though, looking to go 3 from 3. The Mercedes AMG Junior is about to start lap 12. Kamada from Wirtz. Dunn, Stuka, Ahmad. There's Taylor now with Martinius behind. Nikhil Porter rounds out the top 10 from Dominguez, Bardoer, Fittipaldi and Meyer Verg. Last lap board next time round. Antonelli on his way to 3 from 3. What could have been for Kamara saved everything. The best setup, the best set of 4 Pirellis for race 3, but stalled off the grid. But an incredible comeback. I won't bore you with my lack of mathematical skill as Taylor Barnard tries to make the move on Marcus Amand, but simply to tell you that Rafa should still hold the championship lead as Taylor Barnard runs wide, getting the last lap board. Yes, Kamara should still be position 1 in the championship, going into round 4 at Vallelunga to the north of Rome in 2 weeks' time. Antonelli will be very close, if not in the top position. He's on his way to a trifecta here this afternoon. The gap is 7 seconds between Antonelli, Larsen, Kamara. Incredibly in position 3, Stensone up the inside. Brilliant pass from Martinez. Taylor runs off the road. Shades of Webber and Alonso right there all those years ago. Superb driving by both Taylor Barnard and Martinez Stensone. They're still going at it. Up the Kemmel straight for the final time. Stensone's got the inside line. Taylor on the outside, slightly ahead in car 77. Holds the position. Brilliant racing wheel to wheel between the Norwegian and the Englishman, but Stensone has taken the place. Nicely done by Martinez. Moves up into position 8 on this, the final lap of the race. Out front though, nobody has had an answer to the driver on your screen. Car 12 for the Prema Power team. On the absolute ragged edge is the Italian from the famous automotive city of Bologna. His advantage is 7.3 seconds back to Konrad Larsen, his teammate. The Prema Power team still 1, 2, 3, 4. As the sun shines here in beautiful Belgium as we visit the Spa-Francorchamps circuit for the first time in the 9-year history of the most competitive junior motor racing series in the world. Flat down through the back part of the circuit, Blanchimont, and heads up to bus stop for the final time. The Mercedes AMG Junior on his way to victory. 2 pole positions. Victory in race 1, victory in race 2. The Mercedes AMG Junior accelerates, the checkered flag waves. Antonelli goes 3 from 3 at the home of the Belgian Grand Prix. A stunning drive from Antonelli takes his 3rd victory here in Belgium. Larsen, a great drive across the line in position 2. What a comeback from Rafa. From stalling, from pole position, he was back to 34th. Has made the podium. An incredible drive from car 88. Vertzi's teammate in position 4 as Escotto on Ethan Isher on the final corner. Ethan just drives straight ahead. Ricardo Escotto, the Mexican. See who crosses the line in position 20. Isher takes the place just. 3 from 3 for Andrea Kimi Antonelli. Car 12, position 1. Again. Credit also to Konrad Larsen in 2nd place. And Rafa, what a comeback for the Ferrari Junior from 34th to 3rd. Three from 3 for Antonelli and the Prema Power team. Well, who can stop the red and white team? 1, 2, 3, 4 for the team from Vicenza. Antonelli, Larsen, and an incredible recovery for Kamara in position 3. Verts, done. Well, best of the rest in P5. The US racing drivers 5, 6, and 7. Casper, Marcus, great drive from Martinez to come home P8. Taylor Barnard 9, and Nikhil Borda also for the US racing team. The final point in position 10. Nikita Bedrin after that drive-through penalty. Remember, he was in position 3, attacking the race leaders, but has crossed the line in 17th place. James Wharton out before the end of the first lap. A superb drive from Rafa. Not the best start. He went nowhere from pole position as we take a look at the highlights of race 3, round 3 here in Belgium. Wharton up the inside, tried to capitalise, went wheel to wheel with his teammate, but it wasn't he who he had to worry about. Nicky de Bedren all over the back of the Australian as they went up the Kemmel Straight. Wharton into second place. Bedren coming back onto the circuit, makes contact with the Australian who's in the wall and out. Bedren receives a drive-through penalty and ultimately would finish nowhere. Antonelli accelerated after the safety car went back in as the two Iron Lynx drivers make contact into the bus stop. Dominguez did carry on, did finish in a creditable P12. Verts on the podium for much of the race. Will be disappointed to miss it by a single place. Fighting here with Taylor Barnard, but the story of the afternoon was Rafa Kamara. He was back in position 34 as the field raced down into Eau Rouge for the first time, picked them off one by one, carving through the field like a hot knife through butter. Into 15th, inside the top 10. He picked them off one by one to finish in position 3. Larsen in second, but Andrea Kimi Antonelli goes 3 from 3 here in Belgium. Grazie Troncon, team manager of Prima Power Team, speaking there with Andrea Piccini, team manager of Iron Lynx. They can afford to laugh after that performance this afternoon. And the drivers are wearing the red Sparco race suits. 1, 2, 3 on the podium. What a dominant performance. Rafa in position 3 from near on last. Great to see Conrad on the podium in second. And Antonelli, P1 once again. Mr. Ciro Sessa of the Automobile Club of Italy, Arcisport, presents the trophies, plural, to the Prima Power Team drivers. First, second and third for Andrea Conrad and Rafael Kamara. Who can stop the red and white team? 1, 2, 3 on the podium as Andrea Kimi Antonelli goes 3 from 3 as the Italian F4 Championship presented by WSK Promotion races here at Spa in Belgium for the very first time. Who can stop the team from Vicenza? We'll find out in 2 weeks' time when we race round 4 of the Italian series at the Vallelunga circuit to the north of the eternal city of Rome. That's the first weekend in July. Thanks for joining us live here from Spa-Francorchamps. We'll see you at Vallelunga in Rome in 2 weeks' time for the Italian F4 Championship presented by WSK Promotion and the Automobile Club of Italy. We'll see you in Rome in 2 weeks' time.